Hi, my name is Bear, and let's start with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. If you're used to old-school Assassin's Creed games, keep in mind that Odyssey isn't like the first titles, and among your enemies you will encounter various monsters and mythological beings from legends, like Medusa for example. The game really has some witchery vibes. Here you'll also have weapons with supernatural abilities like increased strength or the ability to instantly knock out an opponent's shield. So here you'll explore ancient Greece, from lush vibrant forests to volcanic islands and bustling cities, and start a journey in a world shaped by gods and men. Here decisions will impact how your Odyssey unfolds. You can play through multiple endings thanks to the dialogue system and the choices you make. Customize your gear, ship and special abilities to become a legendary assassin. People on Steam are praising smooth mechanics and great visuals, although the story is like your cousin, a bit dull and naive. Iron Marines. Well, it's hard to introduce this game somehow differently than as a flat 2D StarCraft, and you know what? It's great! The art style may look very familiar to some of you because the game is made by the same developers of Kingdom Rush, as I always say, one of the best tower defense games ever made. So here you'll recruit and train the greatest heroes in the galaxy, lead them into dangerous missions against near impossible odds and unleash their mighty powers and abilities. In short, you will get 21 campaign missions across 3 different worlds, and each mission will require new tactics and actions to achieve victory. You will have to defeat unique bosses and control 14 different heroes. Game allows you to choose from several difficulty modes, meaning that it can be enjoyed either by noobs or by veterans of the genre. Game is quite funny, filled with Easter eggs and more than 70 achievements for you to unlock. People on Steam are saying that if you want to play something like StarCraft but don't want to fry your brain while doing that, Iron Marines is the next best thing. Empyrion Galactic Survival. This is an open-world space sandbox survival adventure. Here you'll build powerful ships, mighty space stations and vast planetary settlements. Follow your greed and explore, conquer or exploit a variety of different planets and discover strangest mysteries. You'll have to fight alien, human and other biological hazards and survive in a hostile galaxy full of hidden dangers. You can play as a lonely potato or team up with your friends, build new friendships, create alliances or make war to conquer the solar system. The title combines elements from space simulations, construction games, survival games and various shooters. About 80% of the reviews on Steam are positive. People say that the game plays way better than it looks, and that is always a good sign. Although many players are bashing the difficulty level of the game, some enemies are overpowered and also the learning curve is pretty steep. Shadowrun Returns. Magic has returned to the world, awakening powerful creatures of myth and legend. Technology here merges with flesh and consciousness. Elves, trolls, orcs and dwarves walk among us, while ruthless corporations bleed the world dry. Here you are a Shadowrunner, a mercenary living on the fringes of society in the shadows of massive corporate arcologies, surviving day by day on skill and instinct alone. When the powerful or the desperate need a job done, you get it done, by any means necessary. Or, you know, fail miserably and try again. People on Steam are saying that this is a solid strategy RPG that scratches the itch for games like Baldur's Gate or Divinity Original Sin. Also great for Fallout and Wasteland fans. Shadowrun Returns has around 90% of positive reviews, so if you like games like that, it's a real no-brainer for this price. ASTRONEER. Game is set during the 25th century intergalactic age of discovery. Here astroneers explore the frontiers of outer space, risking their lives in harsh environments to unearth rare discoveries and unlock the mysteries of the universe itself. In this space sandbox adventure you can work together with other players to build custom bases above or below the ground, create vehicles to explore a vast solar system, and use terrain to create anything you can imagine. So basically you are invading beautiful planets with beautiful nature and making an industrial hell out of them. Yeah, screw nature, the galaxy is full of it. People on Steam are saying that here you are your own worst enemy. You will fall off the cliffs, touch deadly plants and forget something at your base that is half a galaxy away. Yeah, anyway, very positive reviews are here for a reason. Almost everyone loves the game and there is a huge chance that you will love it as well. Katana ZERO. This is a stylish neo-noir action platformer featuring instant death combat. You may ask, who will be instantly dying, you or your enemies? Well, that is a matter of your skills. If you suck as a gamer, you know the answer already. So here you'll slash, dash and manipulate time to unravel your past and leave the trail of blood and intestines everywhere you go. The pace of the game somehow reminded me of Hotline Miami. Super fast action where you'll have to time your attacks perfectly or, you know, you die. People on Steam are saying that the only bad thing about this game is that it ends. Tacoma. This is a sci-fi narrative adventure set aboard a high-tech space station in the year of 2088. You will explore every detail of how the station's crew lived and worked. You will have to find the clues and unravel the gripping story of trust, fear, and resolve in the face of disaster. At the heart of the space station is the facility's digital surveillance system. It has captured 3D recordings of pivotal moments of the crew's life on the station. To be honest, that is a bit creepy to intervene in someone's life like that. Some Big Brother experience, I'd say. So as you explore, the story starts to unfold. You'll use your ability to rewind, fast forward, and move through the physical space of these complex scenes. Examine events from every angle, reconstructing the multi-layered narrative as you explore. People on Steam are saying that the game is really interesting and the story is amazing. A very positive review score confirms that with ease. The Legend of Tianding. Here you'll play as a vigilante of Taipei City wanted by the colonial Japanese authorities. You will rob the rich, feed the poor, and fight for justice in the streets of Taipei as Taiwan's legendary outlaw. So basically a Robin Hood, just without a hood, without a forest, and with a different name. The game, according to developers, is based on real events, real people, and real situations. I know little about Taiwan except the thing that we had opened something like Taiwan's embassy here in Lithuania and China got furious. Judging from the propaganda it spreads about hunger in Lithuania. It still is. Nobody here cared or cares about that though. We have way worse neighbors here to actually worry about. Anyway, The Legend of Tianding is an exploration of a place and time often overlooked and presented in the style of a traditional Chinese comics. People are saying that this is a very solid 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up with a unique presentation of Taiwanese folklore. The Station. This is a first-person sci-fi mystery set on a space station built to study a sentient alien civilization. Assuming the role of a recon specialist, you will have to unravel a mystery which will decide the fate of two civilizations. The station revolves around an alien planet. Down below lies civilization challenging everything we know about biology, chemistry, physics, religion, and answering the questions man has asked throughout history. Although not everything is simple. We discovered aliens in the state of their civil war. Anyway, humans built a space station for a small 3-person crew, but the contact was lost, so that's where you step in and have to investigate what happened. Domekeeper has about 90% of positive reviews, so it is obviously a hidden gem you may want to try. Well, a nice polished rock at least. This is a roguelike survival miner where you will defend your dome from wave after wave of monsters. You will use the time between each attack to dig beneath the surface and search of valuable resources and artifacts, and use them carefully to choose powerful upgrades and bonuses. People on Steam are talking that the game is very polished, rich, and imaginative. It's all you need for your free time. Well, this and potato salad. Baldur's Gate 3. The discount is not very entertaining, but the game is. Baldur's Gate 3 is for sure the best game I have played since the third Witcher, and overall, in my mind, it takes 6th place among all the games I have ever played in my entire life. That is a sacred spot, knowing that I've been playing video games for the last 35 years. The game has an amazing branching story where your decisions hugely impact the world and your surroundings. Who you are, where you go, who you decide to befriend, kill, or bang, everything has a meaning. Dialogues are great, voice actors are the best in the business, freedom of choice is overwhelming, you never know what you will find. You know, once I tried to speak to a frog. I said something probably not very nice and frog tried to kill me, wiped out half of my party. But I befriended a witch who likes to kidnap and imprison simple folk from the village in her dungeon. She sells me nice stuff now. I killed all the druids and made friends with goblins. Then I didn't, and everything was different. I played the game 3 times and I will do that again and again. Baldur's Gate 3 is beyond amazing, 11 cold beers out of 10. Kingdoms and Castles. That is no doubt one of the most original names you can think of when creating a medieval strategy game about kingdoms and castles. Oh wait, no it's not. So here your kingdom must survive a living and dangerous world. Will the Viking raiders do some pillaging to your villages? Or are they stopped full of arrows at the castle gates? Does a dragon torch your granary and your people will die of starvation in the winter? Or will you be able to fill it with arrows as well? Not the granary, the dragon. The success of your kingdom depends solely on your skill as a city and castle planner. So, as always, your villagers are doomed. Anyway, make sure your peasants are fed in the winter and healed of plagues. Build churches to keep their minds washed and taverns to keep them happy. Send out woodcutters to collect wood. Set up stone quarries to build your castles and farm the land efficiently so your town can grow and thrive. Also, in case of fire, your townsfolk can efficiently pee on it. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Here you'll put on the shoes of a legendary Viking warrior on a quest of glory. Explore England's dark ages as you raid your enemies, grow your settlement and build your political power. Yeah, this is one of the most innovative Assassin's Creed games, and the Nordic theme of Vikings is what fans of the franchise always wanted, although it is far from the top predators of the genre, such as The Witcher or even Skyrim by the quality of story and characters. Also, no boobs for you here. Viking game without boobs. What is this blasphemy? Season, a letter to the future. This is a beautiful open-world narrative visual novel where you play as a young woman from a secluded village exploring the world by bike for the first time. You will collect memories before a cataclysm washes everything away. The game will take you on a quest to discover a new world, one unknown yet familiar. You will document, photograph and record life as you find it, while you still can. Each recording tool captures a different layer. Sounds and music, art and architecture, the stories of characters living through pivotal moments. Your tools peel back these layers until you grasp the culture, history and ecology underneath everything. Game has more than 90% of positive reviews and could be great for you to take a rest from various hack and slash bloodshed infused titles and try something different instead. Hob. The game was made by the same guys who created legendary Torchlight and Torchlight 2. Presented without text or dialogue, Hub stories revealed as you explore a mysterious planet and interact with the strange life forms that inhabit it. You will transform this world by solving puzzles and repairing the planet itself. The landscape will change before your eyes, opening new areas to uncover and explore. People are saying that the game is just a partial RPG, it's mostly oriented to puzzle solving, but in general will scratch the itch you have for the great games you may never have heard of before. Although be warned that without a controller the experience may not be the same, be sure you have it. Actually, playing Hob without one, it's like trying to ride a traditional bike by pedaling with your hands. House Flipper. Don't get me wrong, but I think that everyone should play this game. Not because it is immensely fun, well it is, but because you will get so much knowledge on the renovation, design and even how to use tools. For example, at which end to hold the hammer, at which end to hold the nail, at which, well, you got the point. So here you learn about materials, colors, tools and how to make them work together to create wonderful houses, rooms and even bomb shelters. Regardless if you plan to create the house of your dreams, help the residents with their renovations, or feel the need to smack some walls, House Flipper is a perfect game for that. But as I've said before, especially for the knowledge. The game is relaxing and some even say stress relieving, so don't think twice, the price is really nice. SnowRunner. Well, this is officially a realistic driving game, about getting from point A to point B while transporting various cargo. But I would rather call it a Souls-like roguelite puzzle game. Of course, not in the real terms, but rather metaphorically, because the game is insanely hard and you will be doing the same task again and again. Basically, here you have to drive a heavy load truck to the appointed destination. But the trick here is that the road is not what you normally expect. You will have to deal with snow and mud, ice, rivers, fallen trees, and so on. And if you get stuck for real, that's kinda it, you will have to try again. And of course, avoid mistakes of the past, which you can't in real life. You know, all the mistakes you made in your life led you to this very moment where you watch my video. Yeah, well, honestly, if you would have done something differently, you could have ended up in a lava lake instead, or in the belly of a shark. So maybe your decisions were not that bad. Pat yourself on the shoulder. Chants of Sennaar. The review score on Steam of this game is something out of a fairy tale. 98% of positive reviews is not something you see every day. So this adventure puzzle game has a wonderful story. Divided since the dawn of time, the peoples of the tower no longer speak to each other, just like you and your neighbor who dislikes potato salad. But it is said that one day a traveler will find the wisdom to break down the walls and restore the balance. And it's you, obviously. So probably all these people are already doomed. No offense. He will explain explore and discover an enchanting world in a colorful poetic setting inspired by the myth of Babel, where men have forgotten their past. You will travel the endless steps of a prodigious labyrinth, uncover ominous secrets and unveil the mysteries of this fascinating universe where ancient languages are both the lock and the key. People are saying that this game has really fun puzzles, beautiful soundtrack and a really interesting, captivating story. Hardspace, Shipbreaker. There are so many games where you just fly the spaceships, but have you ever thought about where these ships go when you don't need them anymore? Well, me neither. That would be dumb. But someone couldn't shake the idea and made this game. So here, equipped with cutting-edge salvaging technology, you will carve and slice spaceships to recover valuable materials, upgrade your gear and take on more lucrative contracts, and pay your billion credits debt to a shady corporation. Human life means nothing to them, so you are just a tool with a capability of holding other tools. You know, if your hammer could hold another hammer, nobody would need you at all. Just think about that, how fragile everything is. Anyway, the game is a proud owner of very positive reviews, and if you feel adventurous, this may be your spoon of potato salad. Although be careful, too much of zero gravity can convert you into another space object. A comet. A vomit comet. And now let's talk about Humble Bundle and Fanatical Steam Games bundles. These websites are legitimate Steam keys sellers, so buy without any fear. You will find all the links in the description and in the first pinned comment below, so don't worry about anything. Fanatical has this awesome Indie Legends bundle, where you can choose any 2 games from the list and buy them for €5. In the bundle you will find Stalker games, Graveyard Keeper, This War of Mine, Tannenberg, Verden, and even Dungeon of Nullbuck, a very nice turn-based RPG with lots of humor. And have you already checked out the new Humble Choice? For €10 or 12 American dollars, you will get 8 games: Guardians of the Galaxy, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Cosmic Shake, Coral Island, Lost Eidolons, Stranded, Alien Dawn, and a few others. Great bundle and great value. Next in the list is Fanatical's Platinum Collection. 3 games from the list for €10. Here you'll find Tavern Master, Martha is Dead, Overcooked 2, The Lonely Outpost, Honey, I Joined the Cult, and a few others. Really nice deal if you can pick titles you don't already have. Then again, Humble Bundle has 4 bundles in total. All Resident Evil games in one, including Gold Edition of Village and remastered versions. Only 3 days left until it's gone. Narrative Games Collection, €11, 7 games for calm autumn evenings after a hard day at work. And Detective Games Bundle with Call of Cthulhu and Killer Frequency in it. More than worthy of your money, because here just for €9 you will get 7 awesome games. And for the last thing, I found this Terminator themed comics bundle for the 40th anniversary occasion. Here you will get 13 comics for €16. That is a steal and a must-have for every Terminator fan. And now thank you for watching, have a nice day and I'll see you next time.